Guys, there's some new effects I want to show you. Do you want your song to pulse and breathe? Let's find out how. Let's have fun with automation. That's the whole point of today. Automation is how you tell FL Studio when to care about anything, for God's sake. Automation defined by Google is using technology to perform tasks with minimal human input, applying mechanical, electronic, or software systems to operate automatically, increasing efficiency, accuracy, and productivity by handling repetitive or complex processes in industries from manufacturing to IT and even homes. So how would that work in music?
You will learn how to get 10 times more creative by using automation tricks.
From left to right on FL Studio, we have time, right? The timeline here. We can program knobs, change over time with our song, and we don't even need to be in control of it, right? We're automating it. Any knob you want. Let me show you how that works. I'm really hoping you can hear that. Sound like Okay, hold on. Put that in the mixer, and we're gonna put a delay on it. We can automate any knob on here. A couple ways you can do this. One way, you just right click and you hit create automation clip right here. Oh, it's not showing up for you guys. That's cursed. Okay, so boom. So you can do this two ways, right? You can right click any of these knobs and hit create automation clip. So for example, we take the feedback knob. This will be a good trick for you guys to use. When it's all the way down here on Fruity Delay 2, even Delay 3, any delay really, it'll only repeat once, right? Really quick. Dun, dun. You hear it goes twice. Okay, if this is 100%, this will infinitely feedback and never stop. What we can do, we can automate this volume knob. So let's go back to having a little melody, something like this maybe. Just cook it up real quick, speed this part up. Right, and then just for fun, we're gonna add a little beat here too, speed this part up too. This sounds like Megan Fox Transformers, but delay on. Feedback all the way down. Right click, we're gonna right click this feedback knob here and do create automation clip. Now that's gonna lay it on our timeline here, our playlist. This is called the playlist. Press F5 to open that as well. You have these points here, right? You can create infinite points based on your grid. What is the grid? The grid is this magnet tool right here. You can decide when you click if it'll align itself to any one of these values of grid. So I like to just stick on cell. Cell is good. Okay, here's what you can do. Combo trick number 1. Take the phrase, 4-bar phrase, 2-bar phrase, 8-bar phrase, sweep up an effect on the last bar. So let's say this is 4 bars right here. On this 4 bar, at the end of it, I'm going to turn up this automation right here. Right click creates points. Right click one right underneath that 100% one right here. It'll rise within 1 bar's time perfectly to 100% and then quickly drop off, right? This is really good for adding texture to a beat or something. So what this is going to do, it might sound crazy, but let's see what it sounds like. Okay, that was a horrible example. We're gonna add a reverb. So this is how you automate anything. Any knob you can move on FL Studio, you can automate, right? Click this little drop down arrow and do browse parameters. What this is it's a list of every knob you can change for that plugin specifically. So if I want to automate mix, okay, I can right click mix, create automation clip. That'll put it down here on our playlist. We can do some interesting things with this. So that's really cool because you can create some really big contrasted sudden effects. Like if you were listening to the song and not really paying attention, that kind of drastic effect would grab your attention. Very good for making your song feel alive. And that's just one example of the way you can do this. Now imagine if you could automate any knob on FL Studio. The possibilities are infinite. Like you could do a lot and get really creative. What might happen, you might go like this. Wait, bro, I'm hella confused. Like it's fucking weird. Listen, right now the automation's perfectly placed. So this is gonna happen to you one day and you're gonna be confused. If you don't have the point at the 0 point here, you're gonna be confused why this happens. Bruh, it didn't work. Bruh. So in between 2 points, there's always a amount of tension right now. When it's a straight line, it's 0% tension, but you can actually curve that, right? Downward tension, where now the effect is even sharper. Ooh, okay, so I recommend trying this out for yourself, but let's see, like, pulse, right? Right click any point and look at that. Now it's going to create this crazy effect here. This is like overwhelming looking, right? Now, if you were to see what that looks like right here, the mix knob we automated right here. I hope it's starting to click, because if it's not, I think you should just toss it in the trash bin. Hang it up. Pulse. Pulse. We can get interesting with it, right? I've heard someone say once, you know, don't use automation if you're going to be lazy about it. Like, be very intentional with it, right? But it's fun to use it. Trust me, you'll be so happy. I still remember the day I figured out how to use this. It was like 30 years ago. This little magnet up there, when you left click it, you're able to change your grid amount. If I wanted to make points on the grid that were in different timing, you can do that here. Well, let's go to an example with vocals. Hey, yeah! The party hasn't started. Still need some drink. The party hasn't started. But fuck, what you think? Let's not do that one. We're gonna get something new on here. Alright, we're gonna automate delay on this one. Another thing to do for the vocals. I got an idea. Okay, at the end of these weird repeats, we're gonna automate this delay, the actual delay part itself, using this opacity knob right here. We right click that and create an automation clip. There'll be no delay, and then at the end it'll fade up like this, right? Click and drag here to extend it. Create another point over here. Right click this tension knob to reset it and curve it down. Actually, right click it to reset it to normal. Okay, we really like the way the cutoff sounds at 75%. But when I go to do my automation, I want to be able to copy paste that 75% here, here, here. And so instead of me clicking here and trying to find 75%, right click that and you do copy value right here. Now you have a copy pastable value, right? So now I can say, right, what I'm doing right now is I'm right clicking these points and hitting paste value. 75% here, 75% here, right? Wow, that'll really save you. Like, that's a really important thing to know, I promise. I'm gonna right click it. I got the value I wanted at 75%, create automation clip on the cutoff of the delay. So what I want this to sound like is I want it to get bassier as the delay fades away. See how it's fading away? We're gonna make that bassier. Paste value, so it's 75% is home base, right? What I can even do now is I can go back on the plugin, drag this down to 0%, right click, copy value, boom, paste value here. Or you could just do it this way. Click it on, add points. If you want to, I mean, that's just one way to do it, right? Here's a classic effect. You get a fruity love filter. So we like that filter on the master, right? Right click the filter opacity knob right here and do create automation clip. What if we want that filter effect to only stay on for this 8 bars here, 16 bars here, and then turn off and just go normal here, right? I'm gonna extend this fruity love filter out. Even if your automation's only over here, I like to have it start at the very beginning with every automation. So I always just do this manually, but I will make sure it starts at 0. Sometimes if it doesn't start at 0, your effect will just be playing at the value you don't want it to. Make sure your automation starts at 0. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have this filter effect only come in for the first 4 bars, and then it's going to fade out suddenly here. It sounds super musical because we're automating it perfectly on time. It's perfectly synced to the 4 bars, so it feels musical, and that's important. It's super cool. So, what do you guys think? Did you learn a thing or two today? Automate away, because we're going to lose our jobs soon, and everything is going to be gone. Guys, we did it. We automated. You guys are superheroes. You deserve gold stars. If you want to mix on Discord with me or pay for a mix, I'm available. Just give me a message. Hey, shoot your shot with me. I don't bite.